Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 Audi Q7. This model is finished off in Watermelon Blue Metallic. MSRP is just over $70,000. And for the 25-year model, this is a refresh. So there's nothing major done to this model. However, we do have some items that of course I will point out. Let's start off with what powers the Q7. Underneath the hood, this is the 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder. It's paired to the 8-speed Tiptronic automatic, and it pumps out 261 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the Quattro all-wheel drive system, propelling this nearly 5,000-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds, and it has a top speed of 130 miles an hour. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, it still retains the hexagonal grille up front. However, there is an all-new Audi logo right in the middle, forward-facing camera. There's the sensors for the adaptive cruise, and we do have a little bit different of a design for the inlets on both sides. So they have a little bit different of a shape to them. Very nice brushed aluminum accents with all of the gloss black. There's parking sensors up front, and then it still retains LEDs for the headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. Now, the DRLs and turn signals actually have two separate strips rather than being the same strip. And then lines coming down the hood that meet the top of that grille surround very nicely. Now, as we work our way to the side, not too many changes. This has a nice set of 17-inch wheels that match nicely with all the brushed aluminum. There's the power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal. Full moonroof up top, more brushed aluminum for the roof racks as well as the window trim. Quattro is also stamped in the back section of that trim accent. And then very nice lines that run down the side to give it a good look. We have some nice depth perception with the fender arches both front and rear, and a crisp line that runs right through just above the door handles there. Now in back, this has a body colored spoiler with the third brake light and wiper blade. Taillights are a little bit different. They are still LED. There's brushed aluminum running right through the middle of the power liftgate. New Audi logo, backup camera, all of the sensors. This can tow right around 4,400 pounds as well. And the biggest change for the 25-year model is real exhaust tips. So the previous one did have some fake tips that not everyone was a fan of. I think it looks much better with this design here. Now, as we work our way to the cargo space, the Q7 is a 3-row SUV. So I currently have the 3rd row up at the moment. And with some of these bulky items, you can still fit in some things if you have this packed full of people. But the 3rd row is automatic. So you have these controls here where you can lower them if you have those seats in the correct position. So let's try it on the passenger side where I have those forwards a little bit more. And with them down, you can see you have a good bit of space for this. The 2nd row is manual, so you do have to do all 3 of those individually with moving them forwards and backwards, recline, incline, all of that. But super easy to use, and you still have a good bit of space. Now you can also lock and unlock with the back door handles. So I just locked it. If I take a step back, we can unlock it now. And then for this door panel, there's the manual sunshade. We have some wood trim, Bang & Olufsen, a little bit of storage down below. And then take a look at this beautiful interior. Now, if you just pull this latch here, you can lock that seat down. So that's how you will fold all 3, and then pull on this lever here. And that's how you can gain access to the 3rd row. Now at 5'10", I could ride around here. I would definitely have to have the seat move forwards rather than being all the way back, but it's not all that bad. You have armrest cup holders, mainly for smaller kids, but I could ride around town. I have plenty of headroom to sit comfortably. I'm not too crammed or uncomfortable. And then all you have to do is release the backrest and lock it back up. Now, as far as the 2nd row seating goes at 5'10", I have no complaints. There's storage pockets, there are heated seats, you have your dual zone adjustments. I can almost stretch my legs too. Very comfortable. You do have the armrest in the middle that also has cup holders, and I have plenty of space even with the seat up or reclined. Very spacious for the 2nd row. And then up front, this has memory seating adjustments. You have your side mirror adjustments, window controls, trunk release, a little bit of storage down below. And then the same design for these front seats. Now this has a solid leather steering wheel. Paddle shifters are located on the back side there. And then on the right side, there's Bluetooth and voice commands along with volume and tuning. And then you also have a favorites button too. So depending on what you use the most, you can set that up as needed. And then the left side is for the virtual cockpit. So you can go through all this information in the small screen view, basically is what I'll call it. So there's your tach and miles per hour on both sides, or you can minimize those and still go through all this info in the larger setting. So if you want to see the nav in full screen, you can easily do that. Now there's a little bit of storage to the left with all of your headlight adjustments. And then this infotainment system is not new. You have all these apps that you can easily go through, along with shortcuts on the left side to further get through that. Engine start stop, downhill assist. You have shortcuts for your navigation. You can shut that upper screen off too if you would like. And then all the climates are laid out very nicely. So you have your fan speed, temperature, heated and ventilated seats, even the heated steering wheel and the rear controls. So you can adjust those from up front. You have some recircs underneath that, along with defrosters, traction control, and then a shortcut to the driving modes. So you can get through all of those. Now there's also a shortcut to the camera system. So you can pull that up and go through all these angles depending on what you'd like to see. There's also a shortcut to your drive assistance. So you can set that up how you would like to. There's power and volume and tuning for the radio, 2 cup holders with a 12 volt in the middle, and then you have your shifter, of course, which you can also shift gears using that or the paddle shifters. E-brake is behind that. You have an adjustment here for your armrest, as well as wireless charging, auxiliaries, and a little bit of space. Glove box has plenty of room. Then you have touch sensitive dome lights up top, as well as your controls for the sunroof and the sunshade. Now this is a longer vehicle, being a 3-row, but with the amount of glass, you can clearly see over both shoulders. And while we are in dynamic mode, we'll go into second gear. Here we go. I will say it's not bad in its acceleration. It feels like it has an adequate amount of power for its size. And the paddle shifters are pretty responsive. So we have that Tiptronic automatic. So if you need to use the paddle shifters, they are there. Not a loud vehicle either, of course, being the 4-cylinder here, but plenty of power, and it handles well around these turns. So I am impressed with its handling, which I think is a major characteristic of any vehicle, let alone a 3-row SUV like this, just so that way you can take turns at a normal rate of speed. There's no body roll or anything like that. It's gonna feel super comfortable and composed going around some of these turns. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 2025 Audi Q7. Definitely a luxury focused vehicle, and one that has several options depending on what you would like. We have some wood trim for this, a piano black. There's different options that you can get if you just want a different type of material, and some other options to really give you a good price range for this model. And something that you can definitely drive every single day. You can throw in a lot of people. You can put a small trailer on the back too, which makes it that much more capable depending on what you have with you. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Audi Q7. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this refresh Q7 for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up as well if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.